Well, welcome to the unit. Welcome to the unit, Law and Society. Can you hear? Yes? I'm going to always start sharp. I'm Jorge, I'm the unit leader. I'll introduce myself in a second. I always start sharp on the time because we are meant to leave the room 10 minutes earlier. We are supposed to finish at 10:02. Yes? So I'm going to always try to start my classes sharp. If you happen to be late, don't worry, enter from the back, yes, as long as you don't stop the class. And for the ones that have to leave early, just leave early, don't ask, from the back as well, so not to interrupt the class. What we are going to do today, I'm going to introduce myself, I'm going to introduce the unit, and then you are going to do the same in your workshops next week. You are going to be introducing yourself to the tutors next week. I'm Jorge, the accent comes from South America. I'm from Argentina. My accent is from Argentina. If you have any questions, I'm usually in this building this year only Tuesdays and Wednesdays because I'm doing research. I'll talk about my research in a second. I'm on the 6th floor, office 27. You have your tutors and you have your personal tutors as well. However, if you have any questions about this unit, please send me an email and I'm more than happy to have an appointment. If I'm in the office, just knock on my room. Yeah? If I'm not in the office, send me an email. I'm more than happy to talk with you in small groups or one-to-one basis. I have 3 groups anyway, so I'm going to see 3 of these groups next week because I am part of the workshops as well this year. Email, my blog, Twitter if you want to follow me. The only thing I have to say, I'm not going to follow you back, and whatever, well, yes, and whatever I'm tweeting may be related or not to academia. I do some languages as well. I work with deaf children. I'm into bodybuilding. I'm into fitness. I have a life. Yes? So I'm not going to only tweet about academia. I may as well. Yes. If your intention is to follow me because of Law and Society, no. What I'm going to try this year for the first time is Snapchat. So if you have a quick question or if I want to send you something on Friday, not on Saturday, not on Sunday, please. So Monday to Friday, anytime, I'm more than happy. Why I'm doing this? Because I'm used to work with different abilities. I don't call disability. They are different abilities. So I do my best to try to reach all the audience. We're going to use your mobiles later. So we're going to have a warm-up later. I'm going to ask you a few questions, where you are from and so on, using Socrative, an online system. Yes. Once again, email, Twitter, Snapchat, or face-to-face. The easiest to meet face-to-face, but more than happy to adapt. I talk fast, I talk faster in Spanish, I talk even faster in Italian. So please stop me if you need to interrupt me. Yes. Who am I? This is my latest book. I use theory, what you are going to be doing this year with us. We're going to do something different from the other units. This is not a black letter law unit. I want to hear your opinions, whether we need to change the law or not. That's why I introduced the book. I try to put a solution to sovereignty conflicts with this book. I deal with Jerusalem, Gibraltar, Kashmir, Falklands, and so on, and I try to put a solution. What I've been doing recently, I've been presenting the book. I've just come from Mexico. I presented, this is not to show off, I'm trying to target a different audience. You have professionals in this house, barristers, solicitors, and for a different kind of lawyers. They want to do academia, that want to do research, that want to do politics or be politicians. They want to change the law. Yes? If you want to be in parliament in the future, this is the kind of unit for that people. Yeah? The rest, you have criminal law, experts in international law, tort, and so on. What we do in Law and Society, I want to hear from you. Yeah? We are going to give you information, and then we are going to ask you whether the legislation needs to be changed or not. Female genital mutilation, yes? Whether civil union should be marriage, whether it's illegal, whether it's immoral. And so these are the kind of questions you have to answer. We'll give you information. We need to know whether different abilities or disabilities are embraced in this country. In reality, not in law, in reality. whether this country targets, whether this country is embracing diversity, whether we can be a multi-ethnic country in reality. Yes? So I presented a book recently in Hungary, in Romania, then I went to Russia, Moscow, St. Petersburg, Latin America, Peru, Colombia, Argentina, Europe, Athens, and Lisbon, and so on. What I'm trying to say, you can have a global career, not being a barrister or a solicitor as well. And I'm going to go in 3 weeks' time to Yale. I've been asked to present the book in Yale as well, in the States. That's why I'm not going to be with my workshop group on Wednesday. I'm going to say that to my group. Again, this is not to show off. This is just to tell you that you may do something else with your degree, because law and your degree is very flexible. It's very flexible. So don't think only for the ones that do not have a clue what to do in 3 years' time. Trust me, with the law degree you may do many things. I used to work in criminal law back in Argentina. I worked for 10 years, visiting prisons, doing cases, murder cases, rape cases, financial crime cases, name them. I've done them. Yes. I used to work in high court as well. To me, that's boring. That to me is paperwork, extraordinary appeal. Someone may find it interesting. I work for Bank of New York. I work for the Disney company. So I work with my legal skills in many areas. Yes, and I've been teaching for 20 years now, in Argentina, in Russia, in China, here as well. What I'm trying to say again, use your law degree. Trust me. You don't want to be a solicitor. I didn't want to be a solicitor. I didn't study law to be a solicitor. You may as well be a solicitor. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes? We need solicitors. We need barristers. We need judges. Yeah? However, that's not the only option. These are not the only options you are going to have. Yeah? Whether you are a mature student or whether you could be my child, I'm 41, it is exactly the same. It is exactly the same. Yeah? My father got his degree in his 40s. And he still has a brilliant career in law. Yes? So this is a very flexible degree. That's my introduction. You'll be doing the same next week with your tutors. RuPaul, I used to use her song. I'm not using the song this year. Why I'm using RuPaul? This is the beginning. My definition of justice, and you'll have your own definition of justice, is the starting line is the same for all. To me, it will be the same to go for a 0 or a 100 when marking. I don't care. Yes? I care about the quality I try to provide to my students. Then it is up to you. It is your responsibility to push hard. Yes? You may pass with little work, you may want a 3rd, or you may pass with a 1st. That is your work. This is not X Factor, this is real life. That's what I'm trying to say. We all have financial struggles, we all have family issues, we all. I'm going to have empathy, I'm going to understand, I can have a one-to-one. But I'm not going to take that into account when making a decision. Is that clear? There are other procedures for that, yes? I've been asked to take this kind of accounts, to take these kind of things into account. No, that's not my style. That's not my style. Yes? I'm very nice, but I'm not your friend. Yes? I'm very friendly, but I'm not your friend. Why? Why I'm doing this? And I think it's a mutual favor. It's out of respect. Yes? In 3 years' time, you're going to be professionals. Your clients are going to ask you for an answer. Your students, whether you are into teaching in the future, will want your service. They are not going to care, or they are going to care very little if you have asthma or if one of your children is ill. Yeah? Is that clear? So I'm trying to treat you as what you're going to be very soon, professionals, because you're going to be professionals very soon. Whether in 2, whether in 3, whether in 4 years, you're going to be professionals. So that's the whole point. Yes. In the meantime, ask whatever you want, up to the point you have your assessments. Yes. When you have your assessment, it is your responsibility. Yes. That's why this is the rest of your life. What we do in this unit, we do law. We are going to introduce legislation, national, international. However, we are not going to only do law. We are going to visit philosophy, sociology, economics, and so on. Why? Because this is law in society. Yes, we are people. We created the law. We are going to apply the law for people. Yes? So I'd like to hear from you whether part of the legislation we have, nationally, internationally, should be changed. Yes? Whether freedom of expression in this country should be limited as it is, or we should follow the American or French style, complete freedom of expression. In any case, we have pros and cons. These are the kind of things I want to hear from you. Not the pros and cons, I know them. I can go to the library, I can read. I'd like to hear from you by doing your research. I will teach you how to do academic research. Not what BBC says, not what the Guardian says. What an actual academic may say after doing academic research, yes, what kind of answer you have. Yes. Whether we need to think of legislation on female genital mutilation in this country, whether we may not need to, yes, and so on. Whether organ donation should be a must, or it may be only should, yes. Whether you own yourself, or whether you should need permission. Even I've seen someone from, having tattoos all over the arms. Whether, I see when you came in, whether you should be allowed or whether you are entitled to have them. Because in some countries, what you have may not be permitted. Yes, I have friends working now in Middle East, I'm not going to mention the particular name, but they have to cover their arms because it's not legal to have them in their workplace. Whether is that right or wrong, because these are two different questions. Whether something is legal or illegal is different from asking whether something is right or wrong. Whether something is legal or illegal may be different from moral or immoral. Yes? And people tend to confuse this. Why? The media, the BBC, the Guardian, the Independent, the Sun, they are all the same to me. Yes? Why? Because they tend to mix the vocabulary, when in reality you are having different arguments. A legal argument as opposed to a religious argument. Yes? Whether terrorism has to do with one particular ethnicity or not. I decided to incorporate last year a class, terrorism. I've been in this country 11 years, very proud until probably a couple of years ago. It cannot be possible to let this happen. The kind of division we have now in this country, I've never seen it before. Yes? This is a good example, a multi-ethnic country. We cannot let that happen. We need to talk about this kind of thing. That's why last year I decided to incorporate a class dedicated on terrorism. Yes? Why? To show you that terrorism didn't start in 9/11. Yes? Terrorism didn't start with 9/11. We've had cases of terrorism quite a while ago. We even had terrorism well before 9/11 in Latin America, in Argentina. Yes? Terrorism didn't start in 9/11. To me, that's pretty obvious, but for some people, this is a novelty. Yes? So we are going to address these kind of things, and whether the legislation we have in this country is enough, or we will need to change that kind of legislation. I had last year a few students of mine that were a bit skeptical to discuss these issues because of the PREVENT legislation, for the ones that are familiar with the PREVENT legislation. So we are going to discuss these kind of things here. Yes? And maybe there is room to change this legislation. What we do, black letter law, you're going to have professionals on this, contract law, criminal law, tort, and so on. There is a different approach in terms of content and in terms of form. I'm moving my hands, I'm Latin, but it has to do as well with the nature of this unit. Yes? I'm not going to be using only the third person. If you are in